Hello everyone. Welcome back to NeoEnglish, your daily podcast for easy, practical English.
Today's topic is big news in the world. Pope Leo XIV gives his first Mass at the Vatican and warns against the lack of faith.
Let's help you understand this story, step by step, using simple English. First, let's start with some important words.
Great. The first word is Pope. The Pope is the head, or leader, of the Catholic Church. For example, Pope Leo XIV is the new Pope. Another example, when people travel to the Vatican, they hope to see the Pope.
Next, the phrase First Mass. A Mass is a religious ceremony in the Catholic Church. If you attend Mass, you go to church to pray and listen. So, the Pope's first Mass is his first big ceremony as leader. For example, you could say, I went to Mass on Sunday. Or, the Pope celebrated Mass with many people.
Vatican is another important word. The Vatican is a small city in Rome, Italy, and it's the home of the Pope and the central place for the Catholic Church. Two ways to use Vatican are, I want to visit the Vatican someday, and the Vatican is important for Catholics all over the world.
Warns against is another phrase you'll hear today. To warn against something means to tell people to be careful or not to do something. For example, he warns against eating too much sugar. Another example, the teacher warns against cheating on the test.
Lack of faith is another key phrase. A lack means you don't have much of something. Faith means belief, usually in God or something important. If there is a lack of faith, people don't believe strongly enough. For example, there is a lack of faith in the team's coach. And, many people felt a lack of faith during hard times.
Let's talk about the background of the news. Pope Leo XIV, whose real name is Robert Prevost, is from Chicago in the United States. He is 69 years old, the first North American to ever be chosen as Pope. Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting. He worked as the Bishop of Chiclayo in Peru before. In 2023, he became an archbishop, and then a cardinal. These are important jobs in the Catholic Church.
To be elected as Pope, the cardinals, these are important church leaders, vote in a secret meeting. This time, they voted in 4 rounds before choosing Robert Prevost as the new Pope.
At his first Mass, Pope Leo XIV told people not to have a lack of faith. He wants people to believe and trust. He is worried that not enough people believe strongly today.
Why is this important? The Pope's words can guide many Catholics around the world. He wants to help people stay strong in their faith, even when times are hard.
Let's repeat some of today's important words. Pope, First Mass, Vatican, warns against, and lack of faith. Can we use some sentences again?
Sure. The Pope gave his first Mass at the Vatican. He warned against a lack of faith.
The new Pope is from Chicago, a city in the United States. He is the first North American Pope.
Now, a story using today's words and phrases in a different way. Imagine you visit the Vatican in Italy. You see many people, everyone looks excited. The new Pope, who is from Chicago, is giving his first Mass. During the ceremony, he warns against a lack of faith. He says, don't stop believing. Keep your faith strong.
If you visit church, you might hear the priest warn against losing hope or faith. The word warns is used to give you important advice.
To use today's vocabulary in your life, you can talk about world leaders, big events, or even your feelings. For example, if a friend is not studying for a test, you can warn against waiting too long.
Yes. If someone doesn't believe in themselves, you can say, don't have a lack of faith. You can do it.
Let's quickly recap. You learned Pope, First Mass, Vatican, warns against, and lack of faith. These words help you talk about big events and share feelings or advice.
Here's what happened in the news again. Robert Prevost from Chicago is now Pope Leo XIV, the first North American Pope. He gave his first Mass at the Vatican and warned people not to stop believing. He warned against a lack of faith.
We hope this helps you understand and use English for current events.
If you enjoyed learning today and don't want to miss the daily news, remember to subscribe to NeoEnglish.
Thanks for joining us, and see you next time for more easy English.